Dr. Kim, and welcome to Live Be Well. I'm back with Mr. S. He had been my guest with the 7-year secret affair. How you doing, Mr. S?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Let's talk about why men need to seek counseling. Is it just a woman thing, or is that all of us need that support?
I honestly believe everybody needs somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of men don't have anyone to talk to or choose not to talk to people, because if you talk to your friends, they laugh at you or demean you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if it's just in a playful way.
Mm-hmm.
But in your time of need,
Mm-hmm.
most people don't want to hear that. They don't want to be demeaned or joked about.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of men don't want to just tell their secrets, the things that are bothering, the things that are deep in their heart. It makes you seem less than a man.
So it makes you seem less than a man. So wouldn't being a man be, I need to communicate. I need
That's
to
right.
share my feelings. I need to be able to talk about these things so I can be healthy and happy.
That's right.
Do you think this starts in the family origin when these men, these are little boys, be strong, don't cry.
There you go. Yep.
Let's talk about that.
Yep. Immediately, you ain't supposed to cry. Quit crying. When I was about 9 or 10 years old, me and my best friend got into a fight. He lived across the street from us. And I won the fight, but I was crying. And my uncle, what are you doing crying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my friend. I don't want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up crying. You ain't got no business crying. You won the fight. You need quick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fight. That's not what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a problem, I want to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting doesn't solve our problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Both of us are bloody or scratched up and mad at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even play anymore after that.
You can't, because the friendship has been broken.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how men communicate with women. They say that, and then this is in my new book, that people want relationships, but they don't know how to be relational.
Mm-hmm.
You made a terrible mistake. And you said something to me today in therapy, that you're waiting for your wife's forgiveness. And I came to the conclusion that we need God's forgiveness first.
That's right.
So how long does a person wait for someone's forgiveness, you think? And let me ask you this. Why is it so important that you receive her forgiveness?
It's important for me to receive her forgiveness because even though as what I did lasted as long as it did, it wasn't intentional. I didn't start out trying to hurt her or do anything to hurt her. I felt like I was being cheated out of something, and something just found me, and instead of praying about it and going to the Lord to have my way shown to me, I just went ahead with what was going on, and that's not a way. That's not the way to handle your problems.
So flesh, because the Bible says that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Yes, it is.
And so we have to stay in alignment with God. Let me say this to my viewers, that it is very important, as I'm making these short documentaries on mental health and relationships, that we seek God's will. I know a lot of people out there talking about how to keep a man, how to hold on to a man, and what you need to do, and 10 points, what you need not do. But let me say this. The first thing you have to do is seek God's counsel, his obedience for your life. I want to be in his will. Someone told me, Mr. S, yesterday, God, you know my heart, and I want what you want for me. See, you can't go wrong with that. Mm-hmm. And those who are married now, you have to really look at how to make this work, how to live to be well in your relationship. Let's talk about your own forgiveness. In our last episode, you said that you did forgive yourself.
Yes.
So now, what are you doing more? And what is our goal in counseling? What do you want for your counseling?
For my counseling, I wanted to get a better understanding with my wife of the things that brought us to the situation that we were both in, not just what I did. Mm-hmm. The things that I did was egregious, I understand that, but a lot of things led up to that.
Okay.
A lot of time led up to that, and we can't just deal with the one thing, the one symptom. I want to deal with the problem.
The problem.
And as far as I've determined, our problem hasn't been dealt with. It's been talked about, but it's not being dealt with. We need to deal with that.
And pull back those layers.
That's right.
You know,
not just the symptoms. You got
right.
you got to get to the wound. You can't just,
It's like a weed. You got to get to the root.
Yeah.
And pull it out so it stops growing. You
Yeah.
know. Well, I want to let you know that we're going to get to those layers. We're going to pull back those layers. We've had some breakthroughs, but we have some work to do. And I'm here as a servant. I'm here to make sure that through my own prayer and commitment to my life with Christ, that He is able to speak to me to give to my patients and clients what they need. I want to say thank you. And we have some goals here. We're going to be working on being committed. We're going to be working on consistency, Mr. S. We're going to make sure, by the grace of God, that infidelity won't be a part of your makeup anymore. And people say, well, you can't make that decision from. No, that's a decision only you and God can make.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to live with apologies. Say that.
I don't.
Say that.
I never want to live with apologies.
Then
I don't live my life with apologies.
There you go. And so we have to look at how I can be focused on what God needs me to be focused on. Well, listen, thank you, Mr. S, again for your time with me. You going to come back?
I sure will.
Part 3. Listen, I'm Dr. Kim, and live